guys, it's Mary. Welcome back. Today we're doing another chatty get ready with me, but I'm just kind of talking to you guys about stuff that I've talked to you about before, what happened with the male people. I mean, it's like a soap opera. It's an ongoing saga. And a few other things. So if you want to see how I accomplished this look using only Lancome, and some of it isn't even what it's intended to be, just keep watching. Hair's still damp, so this is probably not a good idea, but I gotta get that back and off my face. Yeah, we're going to do a Lancome face today, and I got the stuff that was initially sent to me, but I'm not required to do a review. So just know that this is the stuff that I talked to you guys about on the first thing that Absolue sent to me, but not required because of what I'm getting ready to tell you that happened to it. It did make me go and get samples from Lancome. I went there and I got my favorite primer, and this isn't it, but I'm going to put it on for you today and talk to you about it so you will know my reasonings and whatnot. So my favorite primer from Lancome is La Base. La Base has like 2 ingredients in it. It's got great slip, it is silicone, and I love that primer. I think it does good blurring. This one also does good blurring. This is the Lancome Prep and Matte. It's more like a lotion. It's not silicone, but it does have grip. So think about like the Hydro Boost Primer by Milk and how it dries down with a grip. So does this. It has fragrance. Alcohol is a playing factor here. So while I like this, I wouldn't use this all the time. And here is the Teint Idole foundation that I wanted so bad, and it finally showed up. I will tell you that this foundation behaves a little differently than if I had purchased it. And I know that because I went to Lancome and I got a sample of this. And also Renogy, so that I could compare and see which one I like better. I will tell you that I'm just going to take 1.5 of this because that's all that's needed. And you got to work quick with this, or at least this bottle. You got to work quick with this. So I like Renogy because it has that luminous finish I like, but I have to say, I'm not being honest if I don't tell you that this foundation has kind of turned me into somebody who kind of likes matte. Anyway, I know you just want me to get to the story and tell you what happened. I feel like a soap opera with this thing. When we last met, this was what was going on. All right, so you know that the first time that I asked for Absolue to send me something, it was from Lancome, and it was this foundation and this primer, but it got lost in the mail, never showed up, along with 3 Becca products that I really like. This sponge is a little bit more wet than normal, so I'm going to go ahead and get another pump here. So weeks go by, and I get a notification from my UPS store that says I have a package. Now, the only thing I'm expecting in, unless it's something from one of you guys, the only thing that it could possibly be is this, because I have since told Absolue not to send stuff there anymore. So I called them on the phone, and I'm like, what is over there? And they said, they told me where it's from, and they said, it's the package that you've been looking for, I think. I'm like, really? Well, how did it finally turn up? She said, well, it was in this locked mail thing. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. I don't understand. You remember that I told you that what they told me was that this mail person that delivered the mail, supposedly this was their first day and they quit that day after they, ran off with everybody's mail. Well, they didn't run off with everybody's mail. What they did was, what they didn't say was the normal mail lady went on vacation. So this is why this person was doing this. As you may notice, the age spots are coming back through, and that's why this is a secret weapon. This is the Idole Camouflage Concealer, and in my opinion, I've yet to find a concealer that does what this one does. So just takes a little bit. I'm going to put some right here. I don't like it under my eyes though. That's why I use the other one under my eyes. This mail person, I guess they get there when the UPS store is closed. And if that should ever happen, they have something set in place whereby there is a box that they can put the mail in, and then the UPS store can get it later after they've been notified it's in there. Now, the UPS ladies did not have a key to the box, and they didn't know anything was in the box. And this has been sitting in there for weeks. Weeks this has been sitting in there now. And no one knew. Now, it just so happened that during that time that it was in this box, the temperatures were pretty high in Indiana. Humid and like in the 90s. So high heat for products, I think, to be sitting out in this whole time. And I'm thinking, great, I got it, but now it's probably not going to perform right because it's been in the heat this whole time. And I felt like it did. I feel like I've been wearing Lancome foundations long enough to know how they work, how they feel. Plus, I'd already had a sample of this in the past, which is why I wanted the foundation in the first place. So I trot my butt over to Lancome and get a sample because I want to compare. I wore on one side of my face La Base and the sample that I got from the Lancome counter. I also picked up one from Sephora so I could be doubly sure. Even though I feel like it has been compromised, is still a better foundation than many foundations, including a lot of my high ends. So there you go. I do, however, like it better than Renergy, and that is a surprise to me because I thought I would like Renergy better since it's the more sheer and luminous foundation. The Idole one, it's matte. I'm pretty much not going to do anything else to my eyes except for this little magic thing. And you might be thinking, why? Well, that's because I'm going to do a red lip. And I like to go light on my eyes when I do a red lip. This is just giving this just a little pop. It doesn't need much. While I was at the Lancome counter, guess what? They are having a deal where you can pick up this mirror is in with a trial, which I'm going to use today, and a full-size Monsieur Big, which is $25 for just the Monsieur Big for $25 right now. And maybe that'll be the case still when you see this. You get the mirror and the trial size of the mascara as well. So I couldn't pass that up. One of the things that I'm going to be doing tonight is looking for a new makeup mirror. And I know you guys are going, I thought you loved that Zadro mirror. I do. This is part of the problem. I love that Zadro mirror so much that even the Simple Human mirror wasn't good enough. I had a problem with that, and we took it back. Me and my husband took it back to Nordstrom this past weekend. You like my La Mer powder puff in my Lancome powder? I wore out the Lancome one a long time ago. So I'm just going to anchor down my nose here. Make it more matte than it is. Right over here on top of that concealer that I laid down. You might not know it, but this dual intensity powder can also be wet or dry. You can use it wet or dry, and it's a really good foundation as well. This gorgeous product right here is Lancome's brand new bronzer. I love it. Look at this. This was sent to me by Lancome via the Octoly network. Thank you, Lancome. I love anytime I can get my hands on Lancome. I love it. You need to watch yourself with this. I'm going to knock a little bit off and come up here. But you could use, each section. I don't. I just kind of go in all at once. And I like it. I like it. I like it. But what don't I like from Lancome? This mirror has been on the fritz for about a week or two here now, and I know it's going out. And the reason is totally my fault, I know, because of the way I put on my makeup. I'll have it on my vanity, and then I'm using it, but constantly, because I've told you, I don't know how many times I can't see, so I'll get it on and then I'll flip. Okay, so I'm doing this number the whole time that I'm getting ready. I'm flipping back and forth, back and forth. Put something on, flip, flip. What it's doing is it's flipping back and forth while I get ready all by itself. No, the light is. So you'll be putting it on under daylight and it will flip to fluorescent to office and back again, and you have to knock on it and tap it to get it to go back. So I know I'm on borrowed time. And I can't find any other mirrors I like. Hopefully I will tonight. Some of you had told me that you really like these simple human mirrors where the sensor like turns on when you get in front of it. They don't have a 1 10 by. It's all 5 by. The one that I got had a 10 by that you hold, which is what I'm doing right now. This is okay, but I really prefer to have a big 10 by. And I really found that I just couldn't live with a 5 by and not a 1 by. I gave it an honest shot. If I have to keep giving up in the middle of my application to go in the bathroom and check what I look like, really? I can't get used to putting on my makeup as a 5 by mirror. And also the sensor's a problem because my vanity where I put on my makeup is right here, see? That's right next to me. So my desk and my computer situation is right here. So I'm constantly setting off the sensor. Well, then I have to turn it off. And if I have to turn it off, that seems like a waste of a feature. I got this during the Nordstrom anniversary sale. Took it back. I'm about to do something that I have never done before, and it's kind of risky. But I don't have a Lancome eyebrow pencil anymore. But this is the Lancome eyeliner in black coffee, which is actually a dark brown. And I'm just going to go very lightly in here and hope it works. Maybe we should sharpen it first. All right. Anyway, so I returned that. And boy, I'll tell you what, these Nordstrom employees, right? I mean, they are killer to serve, are they not? I knew that right as you walk in the door to the right is the perfumes. It's the Jo Malone. And I cannot afford to buy Jo Malone perfume. So that's a Christmas birthday kind of ask, right? So I'm in the area, buddy. I want a sample of my favorite one, which is pear Frisian or something like that, right? So I want this. I go up to the counter, and when I was there before, they had sample bottles setting out, and you just helped yourself. But they didn't have that anymore. There was just the bottles, and you could spray it on yourself or on a scent card, but you couldn't take a sample unless you got help. And the girl was helping someone else. She goes, "I'll be with you in a minute." And I said, "That's okay. I was just going to get a sample of this, but there's no bottles here for me to get it with." And she said, "I'll be with you in a minute." Well, it wasn't that important to me. So we walked off because I have to go to the bathroom. And because we had been stuck in traffic. Jeannie, if you are watching, what is going on with the traffic in Carmel, and why I would not even go shopping if I lived up around there. I would stay bunkered down in my house. Notice how careful I'm being because I don't want to have to redo my makeup. We were stuck in traffic and Siri is so stupid. I've now got the Google Maps app. I will not be asking Siri for anything anymore. She has dumped me in a cornfield before, and this time what she kept doing was like, take me to Nordstrom. And she keeps routing us to the interstate where we can see Nordstrom. But, like, you can't get in Nordstrom from here. So we went to the bathroom then, and on our way out, this girl, like, runs out of the Nordstrom to catch me and says, "Honey, can I help you now with that sample?" While we were there, we went in Tesla because that's an option. Oh my gosh. They have like a crossover, I think. I sat in that thing, and this is why you always do what my grandma told me to do. My grandma always said, you never buy anything like that you want, something that costs a little bit of money. That wasn't a little bit, but she was talking about everything. You don't just buy that stuff. She was very frugal. You don't just buy that stuff, okay? If there's something that you want, You look at it and do not make a rash decision right there in the store. You leave, go home, sleep on it. If you still want it the next day after, you know, you're out of the store, you're away from the product itself that has its spell on you, then you go back and you buy it the next day. You never buy on the spot. And she was like that and very serious about it, about everything. And I think she was right. It saved us a number of times. And with this Tesla, the only reason that we probably couldn't have gotten talked into this car is because, I got mascara over here, I'm going to have to get off in a second, is because the thing was like $88,000 for a car. No, not doing that. Even if I had the money, I don't know that I would do that because I would feel so guilty. And I'm not putting down people who have really nice things. I just don't know if I could do it and not feel guilty. This is their highlighter, and you got to be very careful with it too. Oh boy, don't you. This is their new lipstick for the summer. And don't you love their packaging? And yes, you guessed it, because it's in the same packaging, right? Lancome sent this to me also via Octoly, and I was thrilled to get this because I don't have a red lipstick by Lancome. I have lots of other lipsticks by Lancome, but not a red one. And what I'm going to do here first is just kind of scrub into my mouth with it first. And we don't want to mess around here because this is red. So I'm not going to talk while I do this. Plus my eyes are smeary. I have no clue why my eyes are smeary, but I'm going to put on my glasses and see if it helps while I do this, because it's like I got something in them. I'm not going to talk. I'm just going to put this on. I'll talk to you about it after. You have to be careful, and I want to pick up their lip liner in the same shade. This is Caprice, and I'll tell you what, these creamy shades feel really good on your mouth, but if you're not careful, you can get them everywhere. So that's why I want to get the lip liner and in the same shade. Isn't this a gorgeous shade of red? So tonight, hopefully, I'll be able to pick up a new mirror that I like. Maybe even this mirror again, and try not to flip it. All right, then, I'm going to go do my hair. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back, but we need to fix a couple of things. First of all, I've got that mascara over there that we need to get rid of. I'm sure you guys know by now, but all you have to do is let the mascara dry and then come after it with a Q-tip. It'll come right off instead of smearing it everywhere. I have my lipstick right there is a little bit blotched, and I want to fix these eyebrows. People on the interstate coming back home, they were like scaring me, all these semi-trucks and stuff. Nobody on the interstate is driving the speed limit. They can't go 55 to save their life, you know, 65 the tops in some areas. But in addition to that, we go by this guy on the road. Normally I'm driving, so I don't pay this close of attention, right? But I'm not. He's driving now. And so I am looking at anybody and everybody on the road beside us. We go by this guy and he is texting and not just looking at his phone. He's actually texting. I'm going to get some more of this. I go ballistic because I'm wanting to take down the guy's plates, call the police, give him up, you know. This is the mile marker. I don't like at all the thought that there are people on the road beside me that could be impaired either by drinking or texting, which in my opinion, it's the same impairment. I don't care what people say. It's the same impairment. And I just can't stand it. And I hope that you guys know better. I hope that you guys don't think, well, it won't happen to me or whatever. Please don't text and drive. Here, I'm going to take a littler brush. This is another angle brush, but this one's smaller, and get here. There. Now, once I get that lip liner to go with that lipstick, I won't have that problem. One final touch, and some people are afraid of this. This is the Lancome Absolue powder, and it is the one that's pink, but the name of it is golden. So you think, why is it pink? I'm just going to take a stipple brush and run it all over my face. And I know that some people are afraid of this because of the shimmer, but it's the kind of sparkle that it's a powder. Okay? The purpose of the powder is to give you luminosity. So don't be afraid of this powder. Don't use a lot of it, but it's really nice. Okay, I'm going to do my hair like this, part of it over, part of it under my glasses, because I want the sides of my hair to lay down. And I'm going to call it quits. So please leave me your suggestions for makeup mirrors below. What kind do you have? Why do you like it? I would like to know that, because I might not find what I'm looking for again tonight. And I hope you guys know that you're the best part of the Fritzy family. And I hope you're having a blessed day. But if you're not, please go out and be a blessing to somebody else. Just take the initiative. And until next time, love you, see ya, bye. And I'm out.
I feel like a soap opera. Mary Hartman! Mary Hartman! Hardly, right? Yeah, alright. Weeks go by, and I'm looking through a girly magazine, and there's my homeward angel on the court. Wait a minute. No, not. So my Zadro mirror has been on the fritz, and I'll tell you why. Only appropriate for me, right? This mirror's on the fritz. It's fritzy. It's fritzy like that. So I'll be like holding it. Not holding it. Yeah, I hold this thing up. I'm like, okay, this is my compact. Look how big my mirror is, but I'm not going to miss a thing. So it'll be on daylight, but then it will flip to translucent. Does your mirror have a translucent setting? You can just see right through it. I don't have a brain. Evidently, I forgot what I was saying right in the middle of saying it. I'm like talking, and then the words have just disappeared out of my brain. Because words live in your mouth. But they live in your brain first, right? Scaring me, all these semi-trucks and stuff. Nobody's going 55. I can't drive 55. Oh, I forgot how that goes. I can't drive 55. Sammy Hagar, you know, if we had had a CB, I'd be telling all the truckers. Be like, break 19. You got a copy? Come in. This is Annie Oakley. I'm on 465. You got your ears on. But me and simple humans didn't work out. Complex humans might have been a different story, but simple humans, we just don't get along.